it's a very great initiative, and also look William Teller ban កាន់កិច្ចការថ្មីលោកបានប្រំពីកិច្ចការថ្មីពីរដែលលោកកំពុងរៀបចំសប្តាហ៍នេះគឺថាទី1គឺថាគាត់បានរៀបចំផ្លាស់ប្ដូរបង្កើតកម្មវិធីថ្មីគឺខាងផ្នែក community policing គឺថាគឺ police ទៅតាមសហគមន៍បាទតាមតំបន់នីមួយៗតាមមូលដ្ឋានគឺថាចែកចេញពីផ្នែកប្រហែលជា24នាក់24 police ចាក់ចេញគឺថាផ្នែកខាងដើរថ្មើរជើងហើយនឹងផ្នែកខាងកង់ឬម៉ូតូបាទដើម្បីសម្រួលកិច្ចការងារផ្សេងៗពាក់ព័ន្ធដល់សុខភាពនិងសន្តិសុខនៅក្នុងសហគមន៍របស់យើងបាទ
Thank you. And I think what people in the community will see is many more officers in uniform, on foot or on bicycle, and we expect that they'll be doing a lot of problem solving in the community. So they'll be working behind the scenes with civilian crime analysts who have the education and the expertise to analyze the data to see what some of the underlying problems are in their respective district in the city, and then the officers in the community will work together to try and solve some of those underlying problems and make the city safer.
បាទឬថាកម្មវិធីគឺថាគឺជាកម្មវិធីមួយដែលអនុញ្ញាតឲ្យប៉ូលីសដែលឯកស្ថានប៉ូលីសធ្វើការយ៉ាងជិតស្និទ្ធជាមួយនឹងបងប្អូនយើងទៅតាមមូលដ្ឋានជាពិសេសនៅកង្វល់ទាំងឡាយដែលយើងមិនអាចបានស្មានបានដឹងថានៅពេលគឺថាកណាគឺថាពួកប៉ូលីសអស់គឺចងក្រងឯកសារដែលគេប្រមូលបានដើម្បីធ្វើការជាមួយអ្នកដែលជំនាញខាងផ្នែកធ្វើការវិនិច្ឆ័យវះកាត់នៅកិច្ចការផ្សេងពាក់ព័ន្ធនឹងរឿងអក្រិតកម្មនិងភាពកម្មផ្សេងនៅក្នុងសង្គមហើយពីនោះគឺថាគេអាចយកមកធ្វើហើយគឺថាអាចរៀបចំគម្រោងការផ្សេងដើម្បីរកសុខភាពនិងសន្តិភាពនៅក្នុងសង្គមខ្ញុំបាន But now, do you have any questions?
Chief, what is the most pressing issues in the community? Is it security?
I would think right now the most significant issue we face is some of this violence that's going on, some of the shooting. Overall, our re-energized community policing efforts in the city have led to a significant reduction in the crime in Lowell for the first 6 months of this year compared to the first 6 months of last year. So our CompStat crime, which is the crimes that we track very closely because we think they're an indication of the overall quality of life in the community, are down about 24%. So that's very good. Unfortunately, some of the violence, some of the shootings especially, have really put a pale over that, and it's probably it is absolutely the most significant issue that we face is some of these violent shootings.
លោកវឌ្ឍនាបានសួរអំពីទៅ Chief អំពីកិច្ចកម្មអីខ្លះដែលវាសំខាន់នៅក្នុងសង្គមរបស់យើងជាពិសេសសង្គមLowell ហ្នឹងគឺថា Chief បានបញ្យល់ថាដែលសំខាន់ដែលសំខាន់គឺការកើនឡើងនៃការបាញ់គ្នានៅក្នុងទីក្រុងLowell យើងគឺថាពីមុនគឺថាវាស្ងប់ស្ងាត់ខ្លះហើយគឺមានការកើតឡើងខ្លះហើយជាធម្មតាគេនៅអាចថយទៅ 24% អញ្ចឹងណាហើយប៉ុន្តែ 24% វាគិតជាភាគរយគឺថាល្អណាស់ក៏ប៉ុន្តែដោយសារតែការព្រួយបារម្ភការបាញ់គ្នាម្ល៉េះគឺឥឡូវគឺថាបាន Chief បង្កើត community policing ដើម្បីជួយធ្វើម៉េចឲ្យប៉ូលីសធ្វើការតាក់ទងជាមួយតាមមូលដ្ឋានដើម្បីស្រាវជ្រាវអំពីឫសគល់ឬហេតុរបស់បណ្ដាញការឆ្លោះគ្នាការប្រើអាវុធសំណក់ព្រះវិមុខក្នុងសង្គមរបស់យើងក៏ជាសង្គមLowellផងដែរ So it's also stressed that's why the community policing is put in place so that the police officers can work closely with the underlying problems in the communities so that we can analyze that.
And I get another question for you, especially relating to our culture, the Cambodian culture, and what we went through. We as you know, we we went through a lot of war and oppression by the authorities in Cambodia, and most Cambodian people are so afraid of authorities. They so afraid of police, and they tend not to cooperate with the authorities. How would you change that view? I mean, how would you instruct the police officer to, be able to relate to them,
build trust about it.
build trust
Right.
with them?
Well, there's a lot of things we can do. One of them is come to things like this tonight, where we can talk directly to the public, especially the Cambodian community, and tell them about our goals, whether we want to keep the city safe. The other thing that's very important is we can make our police force more diverse, more reflective of the community. And specifically what that means is to get more Cambodian, Southeast Asian people involved in the police department. Sarah's a great example, longtime employee, very valued, exceptional member of the police department. And in addition to that, we constantly recruit Southeast Asian, including Cambodian police officers, to come on the department. Currently, we have one or two. I think it's one. I think we hired two recently in the police academy. So we constantly are trying to encourage people, Cambodian people and Southeast Asian people, to take the entrance exams and come on the police department. And especially Southeast Asian women, I think would be greatly received. That's certainly a need that we have that we currently don't have. We have one Laotian officer, female Laotian officer, and one, I believe, Laotian officer in the police academy with some, also she's Thai, but I would love to see Cambodian women come on the police department. So I greatly encourage them to take the entrance exam. The police department has to be reflective of the community to build trust and to open up that communication and the bonds that will, make everybody's community safer.
លោកវត្តណាបានសួរអំពីតើពុទ្ធថាខ្មែរយើងបានឆ្លងកាត់ការលំបាកជាច្រើនជាពិសេសការពាក់ព័ន្ធពីរឿងខាងក្រសួងមានសមត្ថកិច្ចជាមួយនឹងប្រជាពលរដ្ឋទូទៅហើយយើងតែងតែមានការភ័យខ្លាចក៏បានសួរតើធ្វើយ៉ាងម៉េចក្នុងនាមជាប៉ូលីសនៅក្នុងទីក្រុងវត្តដើម្បីធ្វើការឲ្យបងប្អូនយើងមានចិត្តសាសនាក្នុងការហ៊ានសួរហ៊ានឆ្លើយនិងហ៊ានទូរស័ព្ទសួរសំណួរផ្សេងឬការទូរស័ព្ទក្នុងការឲ្យមកជួយនៅបញ្ហាផ្សេងហើយលោក Taylor បានលើកឡើងថាដើម្បីធ្វើអញ្ចឹងគឺថាយើងចាប់តាមកម្មវិធីដូចទូយប់នេះគឺថាយើងនិយាយផ្ទាល់ជាមួយបងប្អូនឃើញជាប៉ូលីសdepartmentគេធ្វើការយ៉ាងម៉េចដើម្បីជួយសម្រួលកិច្ចការទូទៅនៅក្នុងសង្គមរបស់យើងទី1ទី2គឺថាក្នុងក្រសួងមានសមត្ថកិច្ចក្រសួងអង្គរបាលគឺថាត្រូវតែវាមើលឃើញនៅការអ្នកធ្វើការងារមានបងប្អូនយើងមកពីប្រជាពលរដ្ឋរបស់យើងចូលរួមក្នុងការធ្វើការងារជាមួយនឹងក្រសួងមានសមត្ថកិច្ចបាទហើយជាពិសេសការសប្តាហ៍គឺថាគឺធ្វើការខ្មែរស្ត្រីខ្មែរបើប្រឡងយកចូលទៅប៉ូលីសនៅទីក្រុងលវលហើយចុះថ្ងៃគឺមានលាវម្នាក់ហើយដូចខ្មែរម្នាក់ដែរស្រីណាហើយម្ល៉េះហើយគាត់ថាសំខាន់គឺកូនស្រីខ្មែរដែលមានអាយុអាចនឹងប្រឡងបានសូមប្រឡងហើយគេត្រូវការមិនមែនតែគេត្រូវការគឺជារយៈទេតើយើងធ្វើតេស្តហើយយើងជាប់នៅក្នុង academy ទេបើតែអាចចូលក្នុងប៉ូលីសបានបាទជាព័ត៌មានដ៏សំខាន់បាទសូមអរគុណ So what is the age? Is there age limit at all for anybody to come to?
There is. You have to be 21 years old by the time you come on the police department. So I think you can take the entrance exam when you are 20, but you cannot come on the police department until you reach 21. And then at the upper end, I think it's 37. 37 is the maximum age, because you have to be able to serve a certain number of years to be vested in the pension system.
Is there any requirement to take the exam besides the age limit? Age requirement also on the age?
Pretty much the only other requirement is that you have a high school diploma or the equivalency. So a GED is, And then we do a very extensive background check. So once you take the examination and then you get placement on the list, depending on how good you score, then we go down the list and we select candidates, and then we do a very thorough background investigation. We have very high standards, and so we exclude probably half the people on the list before they get to the police academy because of our standards.
ก็ที่มาสูบលោកវិល Taylor អំពីតើមានកំណត់អាយុដែរឬទេគឺថាធម្មតាតើយើងឲ្យយើង21ឆ្នាំនៅពេលយើងជាប់នៅក្នុងប៉ូលីសយើងអាចធ្វើបានផ្សេងជាប់តើយើង21ក៏តែយើងអាចដាក់ដំងឲ្យចូលរៀននៅក្នុង Academy មានយើង20ឆ្នាំបាទទីមួយហើយកម្រិតអាយុដែលយើងអាចប្រឡងបានគឺអាយុ37ឆ្នាំព្រោះថាយើងត្រូវតែធ្វើការបានយូរបន្តិចដើម្បីយើងអាចទទួលផលប្រយោជន៍អំពីការងាររបស់យើងទីមួយទីពីរគឺថាចំពោះរឿងដែលគេតម្រូវគឺថាត្រូវធ្វើឲ្យមាន high school diploma ឬក៏ GED ហើយបន្ទាប់មកគេកាន់តែយើងប្រឡងជាប់ហើយគេត្រូវធ្វើការឆែក background របស់យើងថាតើយើងជាមនុស្សត្រឹមត្រូវល្អយ៉ាងណាបាទ
where do we go about to take the entrance exam and what application need to be filled out
and how often
yes the examination is every 2 years, and in Lowell we are part of the civil service system in the state of Massachusetts, so you would go to the state of Massachusetts Human Resources Division HRD website, and they will have the information about the exam. I think the exam is in the next examination should be next spring. So anytime in the fall of this year, leading up until say around Christmas time, we will start coming out publicly, and I'd like to come back and bring some Southeast Asian officers with me so that they can, explain the process to them, to the community. But certainly in the fall, late fall of this year, we will be promoting the examination within the community. The state will as well, and then people should start getting online and registering for the exam, and they'll be directed to where the examination is going to be. It usually is in the April range, but more information will come out in the fall.
So every odd year then?
Every odd year, yes, that's right.
That's good, very good information. So before the exam being come out, we would love to have
yes, that'd be great. Please.
From police department also the show.
Yes.
To come on our show. So Sarah, anything that you want to add into your job besides chief information, or is it okay for Sarah to talk on things?
Assigned to the domestic violence unit. I so ជួយស្ត្រីដែលថា either like គ្រួសារor សង្សារគេបានធ្វើបាបជួយយកទៅ នាំផ្លូវឲ្យទៅ court ទៅ your like restraining order or ដូចថាអ្នកខ្លះដូចថារស់នៅគ្រួសារធ្វើបាបខ្លាំងមែនទែនត្រូវទៅ shelter មានន័យថាដូចថាត្រូវចង់ឲ្យចេញពីចាប់ចេញទៅដូចថារបៀបថាខ្មែរយើងថាដូចថាចង់បាត់ខ្លួនបដ ாய் ពួកខ្ញុំចាយកកន្លែងស្ងាត់ហើយចេញពី state or ចេញពី city អញ្ចឹងពួកខ្ញុំជួយ so
មានករណីច្រើនដែរទេនៅក្នុងសង្គមខ្មែរយើង
ច្រើនគួរសមចាច្រើនគួរសម
so វានៅក្នុងករណីមានអំពើហិង្សានៅក្នុងគ្រួសារហ្នឹងមាន violence នៅក្នុងគ្រួសារហ្នឹងគេចាប់មនុស្សប្រុសដែលជាប្តីជាសង្សារហ្នឹងយកទៅដាក់គុកឬមួយក៏យ៉ាងម៉េចចាបើថាអបមាថាស្ត្រីហ្នឹងបាន call 911 ហើយប៉ូលីសទៅដល់ផ្ទះគេហើយគាត់ប្រាប់ថាអូគ្រួសារខ្ញុំបានផ្ទះខ្ញុំបានវាយខ្ញុំបានបោកក្បាលខ្ញុំទៅអញ្ចឹងអីចឹងប៉ូលីសហ្នឹងតាមច្បាប់គេត្រូវចាប់ប្តីនឹងអូសង្សារហ្នឹងហើយក្នុងថ្ងៃហ្នឹងso ដូចថាភាគច្រើនស្ត្រីខ្មែរយើងដូចថាពេល call 911 មកពីដូចថាពងតខឹងពងតភ័យហើយមិនដឹងថាខ្លួនឯងនឹងរស់អត់ក្នុងពេលហ្នឹងដល់ពេលប៉ូលីសមកដល់អញ្ចឹងដល់ពេលប៉ូលីសចង់ចាប់